Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and then make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. Last week I predicted that number 1 would be Alien Covenant, number 2 would be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, number 3 would be Diary of a Wimpy Kid, number 4 would be Everything Everything, and number 5 would be Snatched. And I got 2 out of 5 of my predictions right, which seems to be my average pretty much, just getting 2 out of 5 right, which is okay with me because as far as all 5 of the movies, I did get them right, but the order was just a little wrong, and it could have gone either way, but let's go over what actually happened. Number 1 was Alien Covenant, which only made around $36 million this weekend at the box office. Now, this isn't the lowest that an Alien film has made. This is actually the 3rd highest opening weekend for an Alien movie, right behind Prometheus and Alien vs. Predator. But still, I was actually kind of surprised that it got this low because I thought for sure that people were going to be seeing this film because of the Rotten Tomatoes score and because the trailers look pretty creepy and junk. But I guess not. That was actually kind of surprising to me. But on the worldwide chart, it is doing really well, sitting at $117 million. So this movie isn't a complete box office failure or anything. None of these Alien movies really do tremendously at the box office except for Prometheus, but that was a recent film too. It really does have a lot to do with just time period wise, like how movies used to do at the box office, and I guess Alien Covenant just, I'm not sure how to really explain why not too many people saw it, but if you're looking at a budget, it's at $97 million, which means it needs to get to $194, the doubling point, to be considered a success. And looking at the worldwide numbers right now, I'm pretty sure it will. I don't think this movie's in any trouble at all. It just might not be able to beat Prometheus. It might, but that's a very slim chance. Number 2, however, is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which made $35 million, so this and Alien are really close, which means Alien Covenant might actually get number 2 if Guardians of the Galaxy changes, like if more people go out to see Guardians this weekend, but I doubt it, kind of. But that adds to a domestic total of $301 million, so it's past the 300 million point domestically on the worldwide chart. It is getting closer to $1 billion every day, sitting at $732 million. That's fantastic for this film. It's only $268 million away from getting to $1 billion, and I hope that it does. The first Guardians movie didn't get to $1 billion, so if this movie does, that would be tremendous. Number 3 is Everything Everything, doing better than I thought it would. It made $12 million this weekend, and looking at its budget of $10 million, it's actually doing fairly well. It just needs like $8 million more to double it, and it's fine, but this movie really is kind of cheap looking anyway, so I doubt that it costs that much anyway, so I'm sure it's doing a-okay with just the $12 million it has right now. Number 4 is Snatch, which made $7.6 million this weekend, adding to a domestic total of $32 million. Now, on its budget, it's sitting at $42 million still, and it's not really close to doubling that at all. It is close to getting past it, but not doubling it. And even on the worldwide charts, it's only $4 million more than its domestic total. That's $36 million. So this movie, I guess you could say it's kind of a bomb because it's not like one of those comedies that was made for like $10 million or anything. It's $42 million. That's not very small, and doubling it, it's also not very small. So I'm not sure about this movie, if you can really consider it a success or not, even if it is cheaper than most blockbusters or summer films. Number 5, however, we have another bomb, being Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul, which made $7.2 million this weekend on a budget of $22 million. So it opens with $7 million, needs to get to $44 million to be considered a success. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, there hasn't been any worldwide numbers yet, so maybe it'll get released in other places and it'll make more money, and then we'll get another sequel with this cast. I'm just not into the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, and clearly American audiences aren't either. Maybe worldwide it'll be different, but until then, you can consider this a bomb. Number 6 is another bomb, King Arthur Legend of the Sword, which made $6 million this weekend, adding to a domestic total of $27 million. And on the worldwide chart, struggling to get to $100 million, it is sitting at $93 million right now. Huge bomb, especially since it needs to get to $350 million to be considered a success. Guy Ritchie has to be extremely disappointed while I am laughing hysterically because this movie deserves to bomb because it was a piece of crap. Take that, Guy Ritchie, trying to set up another cinematic universe with King Arthur. But you screwed it up in the first movie. Congratulations. Number 7 is The Fate of the Furious, making $3 million, adding to a domestic total of $219 million, and that is on a worldwide chart $1.212 billion. And still, it's not close enough to outgross worldwide wise, another movie that I'll be discussing soon that's at number 9. So that's honestly kind of surprising. It's definitely showing how much slower it's going at the box office now, since I think the majority of the fans went out to see it on opening weekend and maybe the week after, and now it's just, kind of slowly like going out in style. Not gonna stay around too much. I think it'll be gone fairly soon, which is okay because this movie's doing exceptionally well. Number 8 is The Boss Baby, another movie that's doing exceptionally well. It's just a really crappy movie. It made $2.8 million this weekend, adding to a domestic total of $166 million, and on the worldwide chart, it is sitting at $467 million. Still $33 million away from getting to $500 million worldwide. I hope that doesn't happen, at least while it's in the top 10, because I really don't want it to get to that milestone, because 500 million is half of a billion, so that's a pretty big milestone for it, and I don't want it to get to that milestone. It's made enough money for the piece of crap that it is, so let's just leave it here. Moving on to number 9, which is Beauty and the Beast, which made $2.4 million this weekend, adding to a domestic total of $497 million. And on the worldwide chart, it is at $1.221 billion. It is still $9 million above Fate of the Furious, and people were saying that Fate of the Furious is going to catch up to Beauty and the Beast, and it still hasn't. It's been a long time since it first opened up, and people have been saying it, but it still hasn't caught up to Beauty and the Beast yet. I think that really shows how powerful this movie is at the box office. So congrats, Beauty and the Beast. I'm pretty sure this is the last time you're going to be here, so thank you for entertaining audiences. And finally, number 10, a movie that hasn't been entertaining audiences, How to Be a Latin Lover, which made $2.2 million, adding to a domestic total of $29 million on a budget of 10. So it was close to tripling its budget, but it wasn't close enough as far as when I recorded these videos. So take that, even though you still technically made a profit off it. Now it's time for the fun part, the predictions for next week's top 5. I'm going to predict that number 1 is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I'm not sure if this is going to be as huge as the other Pirates movies, but it's still going to be pretty big. Number 2, I think, will be Baywatch. Number 3, Alien Covenant. Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And number 5, Everything, Everything. But what are your predictions for next week's top 5? Leave it in the comments below. And if you got your predictions right for this week, you're going to get a shout out right now. Unless you didn't get it right, then I'm sorry. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.